This is God, and I'm telling you, I am cloning to win. I'm cloning specific angels to win in ancient heaven now. I'm on a ramp cloning specific angels to win. This is God and the Creator and the Lord of all things and the King of all things. The I am, the Alpha and Omega, and I am cloning things to win. What are specific angels, where we have an enormous amount of experience by this time understanding what brains and bodies specifically, what Ted has in his inventory, that he has compiled genetics of, and even the source code to these genetics, what he can clone and he can even derive from later and make some improvements and change some things and do some derivatives and change power levels, and he can change intelligence, and he can give them different talents and abilities and different types of genius. And we're going to be younger, and we're going to be additionally intelligent to Satan's demons and spawns on Earth and others out in the universe, what are deteriorating to enormously deteriorating by now. You see, they went out there in the universe without God's permission and were forsaken for additional 2 million years. And they had enormous genetic deterioration because they were getting hit with space radiation, solar radiation, different radiations, different things put in the brain and body, different lifestyles, many different things. And they kept and they did different things like drugs and pharmaceuticals and tampered with creation, and are doing biotech out there and altering their genetics and doing like gene therapy, trying to cure things and trying to fix things and altering their genetics and bioteching themselves. And they have enormous deterioration to some worst health problems. It's getting worse, and it's getting worse on Earth. The United States has actually figured it out. Our public health has really deteriorated in the past, 100 years. You look at the former Soviet Union and how these people were really protected there, and were not having all these things with food and things they're putting in their brain and body, all the junk food and all the modern medicine and all the shots and antibiotics and all the biotech, and they're much healthier. When Ted went to Russia and Moscow and he traveled to Tver, and he was in Russia, he saw the people there to be much healthier than Americans. They were healthier. They were additionally attractive, and they were healthier. They looked healthier. They had healthier skin. They had healthier bodies. They seemed really intelligent. They seemed to be mentally more stable and healthier. In the United States of America, you're having terrible problems. U.S., what's all about us, You're not going to do this for God, apparently. You're not going to deliver enough fire for God, apparently. You're going to pay. And you're also going to pay with your lives. Because if nothing else, many of you are getting eternal death. You're not going to live. You're headed nowhere. You're getting eternal death when you die, or you're getting put in something down to hell to Hades, including all of these false religions. It is true. Jesus was a false Christ and a false Messiah and a false child, or a false coming. New Testament are false scriptures. There's no possibility a true coming could be Son of God or God's Son, or part of a Godhead, triune God, or Trinity, or another God sitting to the right hand of God, or a different God, or a lesser God, or intercessor to the judge, or the supreme judge, or intercessor to God, or 3 in 1, or part of a Godhead, triune God, or Trinity. No possibility this is a true coming. Jesus was a false coming. The New Testament, they, for additional 1,000 years, pushed. It was, and the originals were written, they pushed the originals were written in, or even copies of the originals were all in Greek and some Aramaic. Okay? There's no possibility these Hebrews would have written all of this in only Greek and Aramaic. Therefore, that is another indicator, including the identity problems in the New Testament, what are huge identity problems, what are enormous identity problems, what are blatant identity problems in New Testament, what is not even true. It's not even a New Testament. It's not true. It's false. Jesus was false. And Ted is not Antichrist, because Ted is God. Ted is a coming of child of Messiah, and therefore if you translate it, Ted is Christ. Yet I'm not saving any of them calling themselves Christians. I'm not saving any of you. I'm not saving any Christians, not any Christians for additional 2,000 years. I'm saving none of you. I'm saving no Muslims. I'm saving none in any other religions. I'm saving none in Judaism. I'm saving none in any other religions. You have to be in a Ted religion enough. You have to be in a religion of Ted's enough on Earth, on and around Weevil Earth. And it's getting worse. Humans of Earth, you're going to be turned, and many animals and birds and insects and things in the fresh waters and oceans and things. It's going to be turning into a bunch of, mutants, to freaks, to monsters. You're not going to even be human like in 1,000 years. Many of you, it'll be from lowercase human to not even really a human. It's going to be a mutant. This is what's happening, and I am going to do it spiritually, or others will do it spiritually. I have conscripted maximum number of angels to Earth again. Ted is Gabriel understands, or anyway, Gabriel helped Ted to conscript them, and they're on Weevil Earth duty, and they're getting trained. Therefore, I've conscripted maximum number of angels I can have on Weevil Earth duty to Weevil Earth duty. I have a maximum number on Earth on Weevil Earth duty. Gabriel is primarily in charge of Weevil Earth duty currently, and Michael is given time off from Weevil Earth duty completely. Ted wants Michael to sleep and rest and relax and recover and recuperate how much possible, how much Michael needs or requires or even wants. And therefore, Ted is protecting Michael. Ted is definitely protecting Michael now. Michael is under protection of Ted. Ted is definitely now protecting Michael. Ted has given Michael a complete forgiveness, and Michael is completely forgiven. And this is recent, and I'm telling you, Ted is protecting Michael, and Ted is definitely planning to protect Michael. Now, after these 3 videos, Ted decided I really love Michael. I love Michael. I love you, Michael. I love Michael. And Ted loves Michael. God loves Michael. And God is protecting Michael. God loves Michael. Many things Michael did for God and for Ted. And really upset about it, and needs to recover and recuperate and rest. And Ted loves Michael, and Ted is protecting Michael. Ted is loyal to Michael. Ted feels love and loyalty and wants to protect Michael now, and wants to put behind us are going for each other's throats with swords, trying to kill each other. I get it now after these 3 videos with Ted and Michael. I understand Michael additionally now, and I understand and I feel sympathy, compassion, pity, and love for Michael. And I love Michael. I love you, Michael, and I want to protect you. You're under Ted's protection, and I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not supposed to apologize, you see, because I'm actually blameless, perfect, infallible, and sinless. I'm telling you, Michael, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ted is telling you, I feel I'm sorry.